I wanted to create just a simple fall salad. So we're gonna take kale, rinse it, and finally chop it, and then we're gonna massage it to break it down a little bit. We're gonna roast our delicate squash, which I absolutely love. If you have leftovers of this the next day, I like to crack an egg in it and eat it that way as well. It's so delicious. We're gonna slice our orange. We have radishes, pomegranates, and then just a little bit of dill for our herb. And then we're gonna candy our pecans with honey. And then a goat cheese would be really nice with this, or feta. I have feta today, so I'm gonna use that. And then I'm gonna serve it on our platter instead of a traditional salad bowl. So let's start. Okay, so I've rinsed our kale. We're just gonna set it over here. I'll pat it dry. But before I start chopping into that, I actually wanna get our squash in the oven. So we're just gonna cut off the edges, and then about a 1/2 inch in thickness, we're gonna slice. And then you just need a spoon to take out the inner part, the seeds. Okay, so we're just taking our spoon and going around and cleaning it out. You could totally roast those seeds and add it to your salad if you want. I'm not going to today because I'm gonna do the pecans instead. So I'm gonna set them in a bowl. And then in that bowl, I'm gonna add some olive oil and salt and pepper and just use my hands to make sure they're well coated before I bake them. You can either bake them in your oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 minutes, or you can put them in your air fryer, again at 400 and for half the time. Well, I think like 10 minutes or less. We'll see. Okay, so I'm just gonna add a drizzle of olive oil on top of these, a little bit of pepper, and a little bit of salt. And then just take my hand and mix it around. And then we're gonna just toast them up, or bake them. So we're just stripping our kale, and then we're gonna finely chop it to pretty small, and then we're gonna massage it with a little bit of olive oil before we add all of our other elements to it. So now that our kale is nicely washed, we're gonna just bunch it together like we do with our herbs, and we're gonna just chop it. Nice small little bites. And then we'll go once the other way. Okay, and then we'll add it to whatever platter you're gonna use for your salad. Before I add anything else to our salad, I'm gonna just drizzle some olive oil on top. And then we're just gonna take our hands and massage the kale just to break it down. It's better for your body to digest it this way. It makes it a lot softer and not so hard. So Okay, we're gonna take our orange and we're just gonna zest it throughout the salad. Okay, and we'll set it aside and then we'll cut our orange up. Okay, just add that to it. And then we'll add some of our pomegranates to this as well. And then we'll take our radishes and slice those. If you have a mandolin, you can use that. You just have to be really careful. Okay, so we're just gonna add our radishes to our salad, and then we'll add our delicate squash and our candied pecans. And again, if you have leftover of these, I highly recommend cracking an egg into it in your pan in the morning for breakfast. It is so delicious. And then we're gonna take our candied pecans and add that to the top. And this salad has so much flavor going on that for a dressing, I would really just drizzle a really good olive oil on top, and that's all you need. You wanna really enjoy the flavor of the citrus and the squash and the nuts and the kale together. You don't need a lot of other added things. And then we're just gonna take our dill and we'll just kind of pluck off a little bit and put it on there just to have a nice little herb surprise when you're biting into it. And then your cheese is totally optional. You can have a goat cheese would be nice, or feta if you like, or you can just skip it if you don't want it. So I'm just gonna add one less there. Okay, and it's done.